Yeah, so a couple things. So when I was at Belo, had a really amazing boss, and he actually picked me to come over and work for that Belo Interactive group. The day I showed up, there was a reorg, and he was no longer my boss. This guy I looked up to, mentor, like
Big part of the reason why you're here.
totally.
Right? Yeah.
New boss, didn't really care. He was like, whatever. And it was just kind of, it was, I was so surprised at how impactful that was. How someone like that can have an impact just on my day. Like, didn't enjoy working for him. He didn't care. He actually made life more difficult. Like, part of the job was being like a tech support for this new group.
Yeah.
And each weekend or each week we had a cell phone that you just carried around. So they're working in the middle of the night, publishing stuff online. So, I mean, I'm getting calls at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was like, this is not what I signed. This sucks, right?
Yeah.
And so I literally went in and I just said, hey, I'm going to quit. Gave him my badge, left. And then I went to go work for another company, work for Pro Systems. Kind of same deal. Had a really amazing boss. He picked me. We started a new group. And then some things didn't work out. And then I had a new boss. And it was kind of the same deal. And it was in that moment I realized, man, like, my future is really not in my own hands. I'm kind of at the mercy of like who my boss at the time. It's not necessarily what I know, it's who I know. And I had been married for 6 months. So this is 2001. We got married in November 2001. And 6 months later, we opened Fat Straw. So shortly after I got married, I came to my wife and I just said, we've been grinding at this. I've been grinding this corporate thing, and I want to go do something on my own. I want to go like create something. And I know I'll be too gun shy when we have kids and we have a mortgage. And like, if we fail now,
involved.
big
Easy
deal.
to recover.
So she was like, go for it.
Yeah.
I'll support you to go through it. So she was still working. And, so then it was like, well, what are we going to do? and strangely, the thing I knew was retail. and bubble tea was something like I didn't want to go into full restaurant. I used to work.
I kind of want to tap the brakes right there. 'Cause
Okay.
You shared some stuff that I want to pull back some layers
Okay.
on. First, and it was so in between the lines, I don't even know if my listeners picked up on it. This first individual who had an impact on you. And there's a line that I heard like along the lines of like, you can change the world. You can change the world. And people are like, no, I can't change the world. Who am I to say I can change the world? But the thing is, if you can change the people that you encounter every day and you can make them happy and you treat every relationship like that, then that compounds and you can change the world every day by just changing the mood of the people that you surround you. And this first mentor that you had, right, he did that for you.
For
I think
sure.
that's living proof
For sure.
that like if you show up with a certain attitude, with a certain care about the people that are around you, you can change their lives. And I think that maybe if you didn't meet this person, like who, what I'm saying? Do you want to reflect? Are you picking up on
totally.
down?
No, I think someone like that you never know who has an impact on you in your life. And it could be someone who works in a place like this.
Yeah.
It could be, I always say like, we have a privilege. It's a privilege to be someone's first job. Because I think we really shape their perception of like work, like what a boss could be. Like that could be great. It could be terrible. Like what a team is, what culture is. And hopefully if you do a great job of that, then they get a taste of like what it's like to be part of a great company and great culture.
Yep.
Right. On the flip side, if it's terrible, you help someone understand like, I never want to be part of this again.
Yep.
And so his name was Don Livingston, and over at Belo, he actually not only just it was beyond just the caring aspect. He helped see and make me realize like I could be better. Right. Like I could, he was like, hey, I think you're amazing. Like you could, excuse me. He's like, I think you're capable of more than you realize.
This is so powerful, and if we come into that mindset every day, like when we feel like the world is out of control or we don't have control of our situation, just remind yourself that you can change somebody's life by just caring about them in that moment, and like you can change the world. And like the mission statement of Restaurant Unstoppable to inspire, empower, and transform the industry. If we transform the industry by showing up like this every day, and there for our people, there for our employees, and changing them, we will change the world. I'm
for sure
freaking confident about that.